Here are top 10 concealer tips to make you look flawless. Hi everyone, it's Smitha. Welcome back. If you enjoy this video as always, please don't forget to thumbs up. And now without further delay, let's begin. If you want to use a foundation and a concealer, but you want that natural full coverage with less product, then use the concealer first. Use a concealer that's a true match to your skin tone. I'm using the Milani concealer in the shade 145 in areas where I have to conceal my uneven skin tone. I'm going to quickly blend it out with my finger before I use a foundation over it. Now that I've concealed all the uneven skin tone, I'm going to apply very little foundation because all you need is to even out everything and pull everything together. And I'm going to apply it with a damp beauty sponge. This will result in a non-cakey, flawless finish, full coverage look. Next, to conceal acne or pimples, use a pot concealer. They're thick and they work best. Here I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Tiramisu, which is a true match to my skin tone. Use a tiny brush to apply it over your pimples and acne. And the key here is to let it sit for about 30 seconds till it's semi-dry. And then you can blend it out with your finger or sponge to give you maximum coverage. Over that, you can finish up with some foundation and makeup, and this will completely cover your acne and pimples. If your foundation is not the right match to your skin tone, you can use a darker or lighter concealer as a mixer. And for that reason, I always have concealers that are darker and lighter than my skin tone, so they always come in handy. If you have hyperpigmentation, dark circles and dark spots like me, and you do not want to use a foundation, you can spot correct with a concealer to get a very natural finish. Here again, I'm using the Milani concealer in the shade 145 because it's a true match to my skin tone. Try to use any concealer which is a true match to your skin tone. Don't go any lighter. That is going to give you ashy tones. And once you've blended it out, use a larger brush to bring everything together so there's no harsh edges left. And that, my friends, will leave you with a very natural finish while still covering up all the uneven skin tone. Here's a tip that I use often when I travel. I use a red lipstick, mix it with a little bit of concealer, blend it out to give the most gorgeous flushed look. Here's both sides done, and I love this blush color. If you have hyperpigmentation and you do not have a color corrector, do you know that you can use a concealer that's darker than your skin tone as a color corrector? I'm going to demonstrate this on one side of my face. I'm using the ColourPop concealer in a deeper shade to cover up all the uneven skin tone that I have. Try to use a concealer that's 2 shades darker than your skin tone to color correct. If a concealer is darker than that, you can still use it, but use less product. This is going to work with the blue undertones of the uneven skin tone to neutralize it. You can clearly see a difference between my right and left side. Over this, you can apply a foundation like you usually do. On my right side, because I color corrected, you do not see any ashy tones. But on my left side, because I did not color correct, you can see the ashy tones under my eyes. So next time when you don't have a peach or an orange corrector, just use a darker concealer. Here's the right way to blend out your concealer. After you've applied your concealer, do not blend it immediately. By doing so, your sponge or brush is going to absorb the creamy concealer and give you less coverage. Instead, after applying, let it sit on your skin for about 30 to 45 seconds till it's a little tacky and dry. And then when you blend it out, the sponge is not going to absorb much product and it's going to give you more coverage. If your concealer creases in the fine lines, avoid applying it in the fine lines. Instead, focus on areas where your dark circles are the darkest, which is usually in the inner and outer corners. This will help to cover up the dark circles while not creasing in your fine lines. Again, wait for it to semi-dry before you blend it out either with a sponge or a brush to get that flawless finish. Now you get the full coverage without creases. You can create beautiful ombre lips with concealers. Here I'm first lining my lips with a lip pencil, and then I'm going to use the tiniest amount of concealer right in the center of my lip and quickly blend it out with my finger. Over this, I'm using a transparent gloss to give me the most gorgeous, natural looking ombre lip. Whether it's your lipstick or your eyeliner, if you do not perfect it, All you have to do is just take some concealer with a concealer brush and clean it up. And that'll result in crisp lines even if you're not a pro. And that, my friends, for 10 fabulous concealer tips. Let me know if you want a part 2 by commenting below. And do check out the description box right below this video for all the product details. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye, guys.